right, welcome back, everyone. So, as I promised, I am going to be updating you on my results day to day trading options, right? Let me be clear again, I am not a guru, I'm no expert, I'm just an average Joe that happens to be a member of a great community that provides you tons of tools and resources that can help you be successful. Right, so that's what we're looking to show you guys here today. Had a lot of success with today. Had another $100 day between both accounts. Right, remember I am managing two accounts. The today's profit loss on this account was $97. Right, 11% of the account. Excellent. Right, we now have this at $929. Hoping to maybe get to 1,000 here pretty soon. Right. With the other account, we are at $101 profit loss, right, for the day. So in total, 200 bucks. Great, big win. Can't complain there. Currently, account is at $883, right? So pretty soon we're going to be hitting our target of 1,000. Good news there. So let me just walk you through, some of the trades and the thought process that I had and why I entered those trades. So I'm going to begin with MGM. Let me switch over to the other account. I'm gonna start off with MGM. Those of you that watched the video yesterday probably noticed that I was in a trade, right? So yesterday, when I originally made the video, I said that I was done trading, but you get that itch, so I ended up jumping back in, and I was looking for a good trade, and I felt like MGM was one of them. Reason was I was looking at the daily chart, and price yesterday hit this blue line right here is my 50 EMA or moving average, not the EMA, it's just the MA. And I saw strong rejection. Let me zoom in right here. As soon as it got to about that price, it was strong rejection. Price is moving up. So on the movement upward, I got into the trade and then held it overnight through this morning. It was actually in the green as well. But um, the other stocks that I had, the other options that I bought were doing so well that at some point this one was moving so slow that I didn't really, even care to hold it anymore. I was really trying to train myself to settle for the profits that I have. There's been so many occasions where greed takes over me, right? And I start to think, I'm just gonna hold because there's so much more potential, and that hold then, goes from being green to red, right? So now I'm kind of trying to train myself that when I see numbers beyond 20%, just take profit, setting daily targets. Right now, really, I had a daily target of hitting $25 a day. With the options, I'm actually doing a lot better than that, but I'll be happy with at a minimum taking $25. Today, with this MGM, I actually think I sold it in the red. I think I may have lost like 10 bucks on it. But honestly, it just wasn't moving the way I wanted to. I did feel confident that the trade could have potentially recovered, but just because I was already at my target or my desired goal of 100, right? That's really ideally what I want to do. If I can make $100 a day, that's great. That's really going to make a big difference for my account and help me grow it. But I just sold it. I didn't care. I was already in the money. I didn't want to be stressed out about any trades. And one of the things that I learned from Ryan is that hope is not a strategy. So looking at the account, I'm sorry that the trade was actually in the red, and just hoping that it could bounce and holding on to it. I'm already where I want to be as far as profit. Just cut the losses and let's call it a day. And trade again tomorrow, right? So there's been so many occasions where I hold on to these things and I just stress throughout the whole day, hoping it recovers, and that negative $10 could then be negative 20, 30, 40, and that's not the approach that we want to take, right? So remember to train yourself to take profit. Green is green, no matter if you take a little loss here and there. So that was the strategy here for today. MGM ended up selling it. As you can see at market open, it went up. I was happy, and then it dropped. I think I sold it somewhere around here when it was super. I think like 15 to $10 in the red. No big deal though, because I was so in the green with my other options. So let's move on to um, RBLX Roblox, right? So that was a very significant player in my results today. So actually, yesterday's results as well had a lot to do with me buying options in RBLX, right? So these options actually move very quickly. It's a very volatile stock. So I usually just try to capture movements, from one pivot point to the next, and then just sell. You literally be in a trade for 15 to 30 minutes and take a quick scalp, right? And it works effectively. I did it yesterday and getting big gains of like $50 to $100. So if you get in on the right time and you catch a good movement, you will make a lot of money with Roblox. So I recommend that as if you're trading options. It's a good one. However, make sure you are good with your entries because it could definitely go the other way, right? Be careful with options because just as you can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money too. So, again, we had that big bounce off the 9 EMA. This green line right here is my 9 EMA. That was yesterday. It bounced, it went straight up, shot up, right? So today I was suspect about it because I was like, hey, with such a big day prior to it, it's possible that people are going to be undecisive of what's going to happen. It's also kind of at a little bit of a, support and resistance zone. So I was kind of insecure about it, but I am, like I mentioned, as long as you catch from one pivot point to the other with RBLX, you're gonna make money. So as you can see here, I have the 1 minute chart. I literally caught it as it made this pivot down here. I saw price. I love when this happens actually. When I see a price immediately drop at market open, I stock it and just watch it like a hawk. And as soon as I start to see it pivot, right, especially if I feel that, looking at the big picture, right, you want to analyze from top down, looking on the daily, I see that price really should be moving up and I'll be confident that this is going to have some strong momentum. So I jumped into that trade. I literally jumped in, somewhere around here at like $90, and then ran it all the way up to when it hit this 50. As soon as I saw it kind of bouncing here, is when I took profit. As you can see, it was around 943, 42. It probably took profit down here a little bit lower. I'm going to show you a screenshot of when I was in most profit, and it was at like 947. So I ended up selling somewhere around this time. Now, of course, this time is on the computer. I think is Eastern time or something like that. So this is actually for my time. It was 7:47, right? And market was opening at 7:30 my time. So literally within 15 minutes, I was already getting the idea that I was going to conclude my trades. So I'll show you guys a screenshot here after we look at NEO. So NEO was huge. It had a huge run at market open. So again, I was watching both of these. It's the advantage of having two accounts. I had both of them open and watching them. They both dropped in the initial open of the market. It dropped down a little bit. I saw the hammer, right? That's a good indicating pattern that there's going to be a reversal. I watched it. I actually missed this first entry. Wasn't didn't really get in until like this second bar, and then I rolled this all the way up and sold right after this red candlestick. Right, once I saw that big drop, I ended up selling. That red candlestick cost me a lot of profits, though. It was a huge drop down. So the screenshot that I'm going to show you guys right now is going to show that I probably was like $150 in profit. But let's take a look right now. So these are the two accounts. The screenshot I took on the second account got covered a little bit, and I didn't notice, but you can still see where the trades were at. All right, so these are the three trades. NEO, as I mentioned, took off. Just to kind of give you a short summary of my strategy, what I do is I usually buy weeklies, right? All these are expiring next Friday, and because I do day trades, I really the theta and all that doesn't really matter to me because I don't really hold my option trades longer than a day or two. Usually do more intraday trades. So this is where I was at in most profit. I had NEO at $82, just one share really. I mean one option call, and RBLX as well, one option call was up 23%, and the NGM was up. When I did eventually sell, the market was correcting a little bit, and that's when I'm telling you that MGM ended up dropping. But the MGM trade is also on this account. Got covered by these messages, our alerts, and Ryan also jumping into that NEO trade. May have gone a little bit after I did because I was already at profit in this time, but I'm sure he made money. NEO was going off. All right, so this is how it went. Went great. Right, really happy with the results. Could have had more money, but I'm still happy. I came home with $200 extra. Right, $100 on each account. So I'm just showing you again, guys. No guru here, no expert here. As long as you have the tools and resource, the guidance, and you can perfect your entry and exits, you can be profitable. Right, and so if you want me to give you more of a breakdown of how I perfect my entry and exits, put it in the comments. I can give you a little bit more of insight on my thought process there. But really, what I look for is just high probability movements, and I try to ride the wave from one period point to the next. Intraday scalping, I guess, is what you would call my strategy. It's effective, it works, and I trade literally in 1 hour. Usually within an hour, I'm done. Market open at 7:30 my time. By 8:30, I'm out and I'm done, and I'm living on my day to day. Right, literally, the trades usually take me 5, 10 minutes after market open, and then that's it. Right, this is really easy. Just takes a little bit of analysis. Doesn't take a whole lot of overthinking. I don't really look at fundamentals. All I look at is price action, and of course, there are some rules that we have here with selecting options. But thankfully, I have Ryan, our guru, who pre-selects all of these. Just to show you where I got these from, guys. These were all from our hot list. You can see here. I'm gonna give you an insights peek to our members only website, right? So once you subscribe to Learn the Stock, you're gonna have access to a hot list, and it's every day we come out with one, and we usually put about 5 stocks. Sometimes there's even more, right? So here we had Apple. Apple was a good pick actually too, but I didn't think I jumped on it because I was on it yesterday. But these are the two that I stuck with. Neo, RBLX, paid off really well. So thanks, Ryan. He usually makes sure that these stocks meet the criteria for him if as a trader, and if he feels he's comfortable with it, I trust him, right? He hasn't failed me yet. So I go based off of his analysis. He does a lot of labor for me, and then I just kind of pick the best ones based on his observations and my discretion, right? So it's working, guys. You can do it too. Trust me. If you have any questions or have any suggestions or any ideas of what you would like to see as I'm going through this series, please just put them in the comments, and I'll be happy to try to address it for the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.